So you would like to know about using an outline in classical mosaics? Well, you're in the right place. I'm Helen Miles, and I'm here to teach you all the tips and tricks you need to make mosaics. We'll start off by looking at what I mean by the outline. So the outline is the line that runs around the outside of the main figure of the work. So you can see in this head of a horse that the outline surrounds the horse's head and is in the same colour as the background colour. Here is another really clear example of the outline that goes all the way around the head of this bear. So it follows the curves of the shape of the bear, and then the lines run horizontally in the background and run up towards the outline. You might be wondering what the point of the outline is. Well, there's two reasons for it. One is it integrates the main design, the figure, into the background, and the other is that it pushes any distracting little fiddly bits, like triangles and wedges, away from the figure and into the background, so they become less distracting. If you look at this contemporary piece, it's made in the 1970s and 80s by Edoardo Palozzi, you can see what I mean about the outline integrating the main figure, the main design, into the background. So Palozzi has not used an outline, and you can see that the figures are kind of floating on the surface of his background. You can also see that those little fiddly distracting bits that I told you about, like the triangles, come up right against the main design. So you can look at the plain grid in the background, and then you look at the colourful main design, you can see lots of little triangles that come up right against it. Let's go back to classical mosaics now, and you can see that the outline around this dog pushes away the little bits. So in this illustration, I've marked the bits that I mean. So you can see that the triangles are away from the body of the dog. Just so you're aware, the outline is not necessarily always a single line. It might be a double line, as in this case around the left-hand side of the bull's head and its front leg. And here you can see that the number of the rows of the outline is almost random. So around the pomegranates, there's sometimes 4 rows or 2 rows, and the same with the birds. Now I want to talk about what you do when you have a fiddly outline. In other words, you've got jaggedy, sticky-outy bits like the hair of this genius of the year. If we look at it more closely, we can see that the outline doesn't follow every little bit as it goes in and out around the head. So it kind of stops essentially, and the background rows simply pick up the straight lines of the background. Here's another example. So if you look at the bird and the chicks, you can see that the outline clearly follows around the outside of the body of the birds. However, if you look at the feet, there isn't an outline. And this is because if the outline followed all around the indents of the feet, you'd essentially get little bubbles around the bottom of their legs, which would be visually distracting. This is the same. So if you look at the twig being held out to the cockerel, you can see that the outlines, go up to the ends of each of the bits of the twig and then stop, rather than capping them. So that's how you deal with fiddly bits in the outline in your background. Now let's look at how more modern, more recent mosaics deal with the outline. As you can see in this floor, the outline is very, very clearly used to define the different elements of the design. And here too, in this quite visually busy background, you can see that the outline has been used clearly around the number 7. So these mosaics and the number 7 probably date from the early 20th century, as do these floors, which are in the National Gallery in London. And you can see they're very different. They don't use an outline. The background runs right up to the figures. These mosaics by Jim Backer in Chicago are obviously even more recent, and again, there is no outline. The background tesserae run right up to the design elements and stop. So the decision about whether or not you want to use an outline in your work is entirely up to you. These are mosaics by the Hackney Mosaic Project in London, and you can see that they do have an outline. And we'll finish by looking at these very recent mosaics by Alison McCormack in Ireland. And you can see if you look on the right, there is an outline, whereas on the left, there isn't. And again, in different parts of this work, there is an outline, and other parts, there's no outline. So it's a question of choice and how you want to use the outline for your work. So by using it in some places and not in others, you have the effect of the mosaic kind of blending and then lifting and blending and then lifting and coming in and out of the image. I hope you found this video useful, and it explains how to use the outline as practiced by ancient mosaics and by contemporary mosaicists. If you like this video and you'd like to see more, then please subscribe below.